Okay, this is AC Starlord, aka Awesome. Welcome back to my channel. And you can see I'm in a Zoom meeting doing this for YouTube, but you can see in the background that I just rewatched this movie right here, Bad Boys, Ride or Die. And rewatching this movie is pretty amazing movie, I have to say. I saw this in the theater with some church friends of mine, and one of them actually was the leader, one of the other leaders of our group. He's also a deacon. He never seen Bad Boys 1, 2, and Bad Boys Forever. I mean, Bad Boys for Life, my bad. Forever would have been a good title too. And this is the one he saw. This is the entry he saw, Ride or Die. Now, there was that one scene where it's Tiffany Haddish where she's like, well, if I can give you all these clothes and stuff like that. And if you do it for a price where you're doing something sexually, we had to talk about that, and that's not that great of a thing. But again, it's Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish has weird roles in movies, and she says weird things, right? So it's how it is, you know what I mean? So, but anyways, I like this movie better um than the last one, Bad Boys for Life. Because the simple fact that it's these guys that are been cops for a very long time, they have to be on the run, they're fugitives, and they had to team up with Will Smith's son and teach them how to, instead of them being good cops, teach them how to be like decent kind of good fugitives, but they're not very good at that because of Martin Lawrence over there making jokes all the time. But Martin Lawrence is very funny in this movie. He has scenes where in this movie that are very funny. He also goes to the spiritual, they also lean into the spiritual realm where he's like, hey, in this past life, I was this and this and this. And he makes jokes about it. Like he tells uh, Will Smith's character behind me, Mike Lowry, that he was a donkey. It's just it's just so funny. And some of the scenes are very funny. Um, their captain is obviously dead. The actor who plays the captain is, I don't think he's still alive, but the character's dead. I mean, he did show some cameos in here as a video of saying that I was tracking down these bad corrupted cops that were working for the cartel, stuff like that. From the last when they brought in the cartels from the last movie. Um, and they're trying to clear his name. They're trying to clear his name well as clearing their names because they become instantly become fugitives because the people that track down make them become fugitives. So that's what the elements of this is. Like they are with cops in the first half, last half they're fugitives, learning how to be that, and especially the scene where they are traveling through the woods and then they pick up if you see some redneck we see some redneck white boys and they pick up their shirt and it's like, sing us a Reba song. And they're like, the strong woman. They're like, song, she's a really strong woman, the up tempo. And then Martin Lawrence's character um, starts saying bad boys. And he's like, that's not his. And then the white country boys, that's not one of her songs. And then the Mike Lowry says, that's off her mixtape. I thought that was a very funny scene to add that because even on the shirt, like this is Martin Lawrence character. This is from my black man closet. I got this out of my black man closet. And then Mike Larry's like, look at your shirt. So it's probably a white boy. And he said, how did this get my black closet? Like it stuff like that. They gave that line to Martin Lawrence. that make things funny. Also, like when they're having a shootout in the club, like not well, not a club, but like a shootout in an art gallery thing, because one of the criminals they have right in the past has become an artist, and they had a shoot up, and he put his tongue out for a jelly bean, and it was a black jelly bean, and that's stuff like that. And he tells Mike, I got this. Mike's like, you don't though. Um, Also in this movie, it is Michael Bay is in this film. Michael Bay drives a car, and you can obviously tell it's Michael Bay. Michael Bay is also still either directing this or producing this, but you can tell if it still was. I think he wasn't directing it. I think he was producing it, but you can tell the elements of Michael Bay still in here with the cameras and all stuff like that, the close-ups and stuff, but not too much close-ups. I think Michael Bay has been learning not to do too much close-ups on people's faces, so that's a good thing. Just have those elements in there. What else? When we watching this, this one's just a refresher um from the last film, and then also like Fast and Furious, they kind of make you kind of like Fast and Furious. They kind of make you remind you what you're watching. They kind of have little Easter eggs from the first two movies, even at the last part of the movie with last part of the movie of this movie where Reggie wants to cook chicken on the grill. It's like we respect you taking care of the people we love and all stuff like that, but get away from our grill and stuff like that. Kind of the same Reggie, like, man, you look like you're 29, you look like you're in your 20s, kind of like that kind of thing. He's like, are you still he's still staying behind us? Yeah, that's a little weird. Since he did since he did like help take out those people are in the house, how about you make potato salad and not set up the table, and he's like, Reggie, it's all yours with a military thing on there. That's a salute. That was a cool ending for that movie. But also Reggie has stepped up in the game, dog. Reggie has stepped up in the game in this movie. He took out all those people in the house, and it's like straight up like um Call of Duty meets real life, but like he was a military soldier. Those other guys were ex-military people too, but you can't face up with Reggie, dog. Reggie Reggie's an OG. He got those things. He got those people down. But yeah, it's just fun to see Martin Lawrence back with Will Smith. Also on that. Hopefully they do another Bad Boys. I can't see them putting like the other one was Bad Boys for Life. This one's Bad Boys Ride or Die. What's the next one gonna be? Bad Boys. What you gonna do? Is that gonna be the tagline? Because they're running out of taglines. Let's just call it Bad Boys. Bad Boys 5 or something like that. They can just put a simple 5. But like this movie and like I did a run up Fast Furious, these are two movies I can actually this movie franchise and Fast Furious I can actually watch when I like sitting there just relaxing, turn off the brain and just watch it, have fun with it. It's just a cool movie to watch and see and do things with this movie that you can never thought about, thinking about. Um, they flesh out the father and son relationship with Orlando and Mike Lowry and how to deal with that, where he's like, did you ever, like, he asked him, Mike Larry behind me here Orlando asked if did you ever love my mother? And he trying to explain that Martin Lawrence's character is like, let me tell him about this. He needs some hard love, tough love. And, you know, because he was a parent before him. Like it's interesting to see that, but like it's also interesting that they're fleshing out the relationship. Ba- Basically, he's still a criminal. He's still a killer. But towards the end, he saves you know the captain's daughter, um, our granddaughter, and he has some good qualities to him. So hopefully, if they do another movie like this, they still have. Will Smith and stuff, Martin Lawrence, but I hope that like he can get like exonerated of the Orlando's character get exonerated from all that stuff he done in the past and have Michael Larry train him to be a cop and then have Martin train Reggie to be cop so they could be the two new cops since like Reggie's like his father, I mean his son-in-law and that's his actual Michael Larry's actual son. They could be the next bad boys and they could take the franchise to another route because the same thing with Fast and Furious. Once they're done with these, hopefully these last two ones they're making, Vin Diesel wants to branch out into other movies like they did with Hobbs and Shaw. They did that animated TV show on Netflix. You know, I can even see this has an animated thing or some other type of spin-off, like I just said, Orlando and Reggie being either to have a spin-off of their own movie or have them train them and then have that a for part five, and then after part five, they're done. Even though I mean, they're not that old. I mean, Will Smith can do plenty of movies. And Martin Lawrence, he's not that old. He can do plenty of movies, a different type of. I would love to see Martin Lawrence and Will Smith in a different type of movie, even though this is a comedy action. I would love to see them in a comedy movie that's like a slapstick movie that's like um a Hangover or like something like The Hangover, something very funny and slapstick. You know, something around there like adult funny slapstick like Ted or like I said, Hangover, or something, a new original concept. I'd love to see them in that new original concept, and then leave it to Orlando and Reggie to be the next bad boys, and then have them show up in their series, have them show up in their series if they needed them to be in there, just like as cameos or whatever. But this one is a really good film. I highly recommend seeing it. I think I have an original review of this on my channel. This is a rewatch because I was doing a movie night. There's gonna be some other movies I'm gonna be watching here pretty soon. Um, I'll be watching Deadpool probably tomorrow. Do a actual official review on here for Deadpool because I haven't actually done a Deadpool review. I was gonna see it a second time because there was a lot of stuff in there, and I was going to do a review for you guys after I saw it the second time. But this is my chance to see it a second time, and probably more than once. Um, so hopefully I can get that done somewhere sooner or later because I'm going to try to do a double feature tomorrow, um, or later in the day since this is already like 1 o'clock in the morning already. Um, and then I'll try to buy. This is it ends with us and see Ryan Reynolds' wife, not as Lady Pool, but as a different character, and see how that goes. And maybe by Sunday, see a movie in the movie theater or watch the ones I already have, like Twisters or something like that. Give you guys that, and then maybe watch Babylon. Uh, I was watching Babylon, then watch John Carter. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. We'll see how anything goes. But it doesn't really matter what order I see these movies in, as long as I see them and put a review out. But this is my rewatch for this movie. If you like this movie or you like this video, put a like and put a comment and subscribe and hit the notification bell. And like they say in this movie, bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Let's sticky, da 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 da, let's sticky. Bad boys, what you gonna do? This is all right. Deuces.